What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, just another PokeTuber, coach of your Piedmont Triad Kickers, coming at you today with week 2 of Josh's League. We are taking on Chef Ramsey, coach of the Maestro Meloettas. We've only ever faced them once, which was back in SDA in Sword and Shield. With Sword and Shield has a rather flawed timer, I should say. And, well, my opponent took advantage of that. I can't, fault them for it, even though I would prefer to have lost in a different way. However, today we're going to try to redeem ourselves by, winning just by winning. Just going out there and winning. That's all we can do. So, my opponent's team consists of Terra Quaquaval, Ursaluna Blood Moon, the Screamtail, Weavile, Latios. I'm not Latios, we have Latios. He has Latios, so it's Latios versus Latios this week. We have the Hitmontop, the Terra Magnezone, Cleavor, Moltres, Frostlass, and last but not least, the Terra Gloom. So, I'm expecting the first three, I don't know anyone who would leave a Terra Quaquaval at home. I just don't know anyone who does it. Ursaluna Blood Moon is just an incredibly hard-hitting Pokemon, especially considering you're a normal type that can hit ghost types. So it's not safe. And not to mention, the one thing that resists normal would be Steel, but you're also a ground type. So yeah, you don't switch into this thing. Like, it's just impossible. I think Screamtail comes primarily, it could maybe set rocks, T-Wave, because without Screamtail, my opponent doesn't really have the best switch in to Latios, because even Magnezone is not really a switch in because of some of the coverage moves we get. I think Weavile comes, it outspeeds my entire team, so I don't think it gets left at home. I feel like he brings Hitmontop to remove hazards, and then the last slot could either be Magnezone or Moltres, maybe. Moltres could be good for hindering my physical mons because of Flame Body, but then Magnezone is also just a really bulky mon in general. And then maybe he brings both those Terra Captains for team diversity, because if I'm being honest, I'm not considering Gloom as an actual something to consider, because, yeah. So to combat this team, first and foremost, we decided we're going to bring Peter Parker, the Spide Ops, who's rocking his Focus Sash, Stake Out for the ability, 252 HP, 4 attack, 252 defense, Impish Nature with Sticky Web, T-Spikes, Circle Throw, and Knock Off. If we can get rid of Hawlucha, we can just, not Hawlucha, Hitmontop. I'm getting my fighting types mixed up. If we can just get rid of Hitmontop, we can just more or less set hazards. Granted, the Quaquaval could have Rapid Spin, but if he has Rapid Spin, that means you don't have other moves, so it really depends. So if we can get rid of Hitmontop, we can get Webs for speed control, get up T-Spikes to help with the Screamtail matchup, because that thing is pretty bulky. We have Circle Throw to phase things out, and then good old Knock Off to remove items. So yeah, that's Peter Parker. Not really a lot more to be said. Next on the team roster is the one, the only Kakashi, making his Josh's League debut, I should say, for the Piedmont Triad Kickers. He is rocking his heavy-duty boots, Volt Absorb for the ability, Terra Water, because it helps with the Weavile matchup, it helps with Quaquaval. It basically forces a 50-50 because you get the idea. And I'm also expecting Quaquaval to maybe be Terra Electric to help deal with this thing, and then deal with potential T-Waves from Grimmsnarl. So if you're Terra Electric and you have Terra Blast, obviously it can't touch us, and then if it has a water move, can't touch us, so it really limits what Quaquaval could touch us with potentially. We have 128 HP, 148 special attack, 232 speed, and modest nature with Thunderbolt, Sludge Wave, Focus Blast, and U-Turn. So we're basically just speed creep. Well, we're just speed creeping the things that we can actually outspeed. So mainly the Quaquaval. We have enough speed to outspeed Quaquaval. So we have T-Bolt, which will hit that really hard. We have Sludge Wave, so we can hit the Screamtail really hard. We have Focus Blast, which is the best move we can get to hit the Magnezone and the Ursaluna. Otherwise, I would just run Grass Knot. And then we have U-Turn, because if I want to pivot, Ursaluna can't stop me. But yeah, that is Kakashi basically just running, just a pivot move, and then enough, basically a move that can more or less hit everything. And we're running rocks because of the fact that my opponent does have several ways to set hazards, so don't want those hazards getting up and then bothering us. Next on the team roster is the one, the only Garp the Ogie Dogie, my other Terra captain who's rocking his muscle band this week. Guard Dog for the ability Terrifier so we can't get burned by the Moltres. 252 HP, 4 attack, 252 speed F. Careful nature with Poison Jab. Drain Punch, Close Combat, and Bulk Up. We need the Close Combat so we can kill the Ursa Luna at +1. We don't want that thing to be able to hit us back. And then outside of that, we can just Poison Jab, Drain Punch the rest of the team. There's literally nothing on his team that resists both of our stabs. So ideally, we just bulk up. And on top of that, because of bulk up, close combat doesn't actually lower our defense if we're already bulked up. Like, it'll lower our defense, but we'll just be back at neutral instead of being like negative. So that way we don't become Quaquaval food for that Moxie boost. But yeah, that's Garp. Next on the team roster is the one, the only Raymundo the Azumarill, who's rocking his Lumberry this week, primarily because of, once again, the Flame Body on the Flame Body, or even Willow from the Moltres, and then of course there's also T-Wave from the potential Screamtail. But we have huge power, 76 HP, 252 attack, 180 speed, Adamant Nature with Aqua Jet, Liquidation, Play Rough, and Bulldoze. The speed is just so if we can get webs up, everything we can outspeed, we can outspeed. Like, we'll never be faster than Weavile, and we just have to deal with that. But like Frostlass down, we should be able to outspeed at -1. And if I'm not mistaken, we should outspeed Screamtail, especially if it's like a bulky variant instead of like a speed invested variant as well. But like Weavile, we can't outspeed it, but it's not like Weavile can really hit us with anything anyway. We have Aqua Jet for priority, Liquidation, and Play Rough, so we can hit things really hard with our stabs. And then we have Bulldoze because this one-shots the Magnezone. There's no other reason for us to have it. But yeah, that is Screamtail, because Liquidation is not a one-shot because of how bulky Magnezone is. But we do have Bulldoze, because Bulldoze will definitely put that thing down. Next on the team roster is the one, the only Flash the Latios, who's rocking his Choice Scarf this week. Levitate for the ability, 96 defense, 252 special attack, 160 speed. Modest Nature with Draco Meteor, Luster Purge, Aura Spirit, and Flip Turn. Flip Turn is for pivoting. Draco, anything we can drop a Draco into, we're going to drop it, even at neutral. And when I say, like, Quaquaval, for example, depending on his Terra type, even if it tears out of the Psychic weakness, as long as it's not AV, this Draco should still kill that thing. We have Aura Spear because, of course, that'll just one-shot the Weavile. And it also gives us a way to hit Magnezone as well as the Ursa Luna. Luster Purge, in case we just feel like we don't want to drop a Draco on something. The only thing we really can't touch is the Screamtail, which is the reason we have Flip Turns. We can always pivot out on it. But yeah, that is Flash the Latios. Not much more needs to be said. Next on the team roster is the one, the only Sanji the Cinderace, who's rocking his heavy-duty boots. Libero for the ability, 252 attack, 64 defense, 192 speed, Jolly Nature with Powerball, High Jump Kick, Smackdown, and U-Turn. So U-Turn is clearly for pivoting. We're running enough speed to be faster than Screamtail. Like I said, U-Turn is for pivoting. Powerball is relatively free into the team. We could High Jump Kick things like the Quaquaval or the Ursaluna. My opponent, I can't remember if they have a ghost. Oh, they do have a ghost type, it's Frostlass, but you never switch a Frostlass into a Cinderace anyway. So we have High Jump Kick so we can hit Ursaluna and Magnezone like really hard. And then we have Smackdown because if Moltres switches into a Powerball, depending on its investment, there's a really good chance Smackdown just kills it. Because, you know, Moltres could be another monitor. My opponent he tries to use to check Cinderace. But yeah, guys, that's the team. Not really much more needs to be said, so without further ado, let's get into the battle. Good luck, have fun to my opponent, Chef Ramsay. Hopefully this battle is a banger. Alright, so we are connected with the Chef Ramsay. Let's see, he brought Screamtail, Magnezone, Quaquaval, Weavile, Ursaluna, and Moltres. So no Hitmontop means these hazards go up and they stay. So we're gonna just lead off with Spidops with Peter Parker and take it from there. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. Good luck, have fun to my opponent. Let me make sure I got his team down. This team is still threatening. So who's this? Moltres. Well, do we want to switch out onto Moltres? Because, I mean, how big of a deal would it be to get T-Spikes up? It would go a long way, don't deny it. But I think what we do is we just get Sticky Web up. Yeah, I think we just get the Sticky Web. Oh. About to say, we live this, right? Okay. So we got our Sticky Webs up. He wasn't going to deny us of that. We got our Sticky Webs up. So, after this, we just go into a Zoomeroo. If for some reason he, like, over-predicts... Oh, yes. Yes. The Dean. Who's the Dean? Aqua Ball. It's Aqua Ball. We got some T-Spikes up. So we don't just let him get a kill, right? So I think we go into Flash. We just go into Flash. Because we're not going to just let him get a kill. Like, no. Not for free. Not like that. No. We're good. Rapid. Oh, okay. So he has Rapid Spin on this thing. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I think we flip turn. Because, I mean, it's too early in the game for you to... I mean, he could Terra here. He could Terra, but I feel like it's really early in the game, so let's see. I feel like it's really early in the game, so let's see. So he did have Rapid Spin just on this thing instead of the you know, the guy. So yeah, we're gonna flip turn. Miss a, you get what I'm saying. Alright, so we're gonna go out into, I think we just go out into Thunderous and start clicking Sludge Wave. Yeah, we go into Thunderous, start clicking Sludge Wave, right? I think so, yeah. We just go into Thunderous, start clicking Sludge Wave. This is so obvious. Like, this is so obvious, but... let's see. I don't want to get T-Waved by this thing either, so... Its only switch-in would be the Magnezone. Magnezone could come in here. But at the same time, we have to just go for what's... Like, you know, we have to attack what's in front of us, right? Constable. So here comes Magnezone. Here comes Magnezone. Alright. Now we just go for a Focus Blast and pray that we hit it. Please hit. Please connect. Please. Pretty please. With a cherry on top. Like super please. Please. That's my boy. Killed that thing. So Constable is out of the game. So that's one for Thunderous. That's one for our Thunderous. So here comes Weavile. Okay, so Magnezone is out. We don't have to worry about the Terra. I think the most reasonable thing to do is to sack Peter Parker. Sucks those webs couldn't stay a little longer, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Gotta just sack our Peter Parker right here. Just gotta sack Peter Parker. Knockoff? Okay. So now we just go into a Zoomeroo. Yeah, we just go into a Zoomeroo because now there's nothing that resists. Nothing's gonna resist. Well, or do we go into... We could go into Garp. I think we go into Garp. Yeah, let's go into Garp. Let's go into Garp. If Moltres comes back in, we'll just Terra. Like, we're gonna bulk up anyway, so we're gonna just bulk up here. We're gonna bulk up. So Magnezone is out the way, which frees up Scream Tail for later. The way he switched that out makes me, it makes me feel some type of way. So we're gonna bulk up. Do we need to Terra the... I mean... nothing wants to switch into us at the moment. And we know that he's physical. So do we just Terra? and go for a poison jab? I feel like we do, don't we? Or do we just Terra and bulk up again? Because one thing he could do is U-turn out into something to take the hit, right? Let's see. I mean, like he just, I mean, he could U-turn it. He could U-turn here. He could U-turn. Okay, you know what? Instead of me bulking up again, I think we just go for damage with Poison Jab. I think we just go for damage with Poison Jab. Because either you're mixed or you're just straight up physical. And if you're straight up physical, we're not too worried about this Mon. Brave Bird, okay. That did a lot. We're gonna just Poison Jab. Dang, that did a lot. I didn't want that to do so much. Goodness gracious, is he banded on this thing? That's the only thing that makes sense if this thing is banded. So let me think. If we take this out, okay, that's doing a lot of freaking damage. So what I think we do is just go into. Gosh, that did so much. I want to keep this guy around, but dang, that did a lot of damage. So, let me see. For the future, we really need this for the screen tail, I feel like. So I think what we do. Well, do we? Yeah. Screw it. Let's just go for damage. Let's just go for damage. That did so much. Oh my goodness, bro. That did so much. I'm pretty sure this thing is banded. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense for this thing to be banded, but it is technically a kill for Okie Dokie, but... Wow, this thing is banded. I'm pretty sure we see Quaquaval here. And... If we see Quack... Who's this? Momiji. It's this thing. Okay. This thing is gonna get a kill right here, because we just don't switch into you. We just don't. Poison Jab. Okay. They went for the Poison Jab. We know they have it. So we just lost Okie Dokie. This game is already going kind of quick. Let me see. I think we go into... we could go into Cinderace and just fire off a Pyro Ball. Because what's switching into that? Let's just go into Cinderace and fire off a Pyro Ball, I feel like. This game is going pretty quick already. That Moltres has to be banded, bro. There's absolutely no way that thing wasn't banded. But we're gonna just fire off a Pyro Ball. So who's gonna come in on this? Miss AI? Yeah, that thing. This is gonna let us know, like, if you're defensive, if you're special. Ooh. That sucks for you. I'm sorry about that. I am so sorry about that. So let me see. How much are we doing to this thing? Do we kill this thing from right here? Scream tail. Well, there's a good chance we just kill, but is there something else we could do? We could just go into what does he have left? Because Cinderace could be important for later on in the game. So I think what we do is we just go for but at the same time, if we beat this thing, it really opens up Latios. So I think we just go for another Pyro Ball. Yeah, I think we just go for another Pyro Ball. Can we kill this thing? Please kill this thing. Ooh, so close. Psychic thing. Okay. I don't know what they were trying to read. Maybe they live the burn, and then we can switch out into, okay. So we're gonna U-turn out into our, yeah, we're gonna just U-turn out here. So we're gonna U-turn into Latios and try to bait in the Weavile. I wonder, how much damage do we take from Weavile? How much damage are we taking from Ice Shard? Ice Shard almost kills us. It almost kills us. Like, it can at least two-shot us, right? But let's just go out into Flash. Let's go out into Flash. Ice Shard can do a lot to us, but yeah, let's just go out to Flash. Like, they would have to crit us to kill us. They would have to crit us to kill us. But let's see what they decide to go for. Let's see. Okamoon. This thing. I think we flip turn here. Yeah, let's just flip turn. Into... let me see. You probably go for a Blood Moon, right? So who's least important here? Because something has to take a big chunk of damage, bro. Okay. I think we... Something is going to die here, and it is what it is. I mean, I think we go into this because we can hit you more reliably with the Azumarill than we can with our other Mon. Yeah, sorry to do you like that, Thundy. Sorry to do you like that, Thundy. But someone had to bite that bullet. Okay, so he's a leftover set. Cool. But now we're going to go into a Azumarill. Because Weavile doesn't switch into this, and Quaquaval doesn't want to come in on us either, I feel like. So we're going to go into a Azumarill and just fire off a Liquidation. How much damage are we doing? Ooh, we almost killed this thing. Earth Power? Okay. Ooh, that did a lot. That did a lot. That did a lot. But now we just fire off another... Well, actually... What are the odds Quaquaval comes in right here? I mean... I think we just... Screw it. Because if you come in... Yeah, okay, that's one for Azumarill. Alright, that's one for Azumarill. If Quaquaval comes in... I wonder, what are the odds that Quaquaval is, because we don't die to an Aqua Step. So I wonder, what are the odds that Quaquaval is... the Dean? Okay. I mean... let's see. You probably just Terra Blast us. If I had to take a guess. You're probably going to just Terra Blast us, so... Do I want to go for damage? I mean, what are the odds that they Aqua Step as well? Regardless, you're going to Terra here, so actually I think we just go for the Liquidation. Now the one thing I really wish I could know, what are the odds that you're AD? Because if you Aqua Step, Okay. We should live this. And now we just liquidation. And I want to say... Oh, you might be in range of... Hold up, are you in range of Aqua Jet? Are you in range of Aqua Jet? Ooh, you go, Azu! That's my Azu! That's my Azu! That's my freaking Azu! That's my Azu! That's my Azu! That's my Azu! That's my Azu! I did not expect you to... Okay, okay. I did not know we were hitting like that. Well, we do have huge power. It's not a surprise. So this thing right here, you're dead to Latios. Or I mean, yeah, you're dead to Latios. We can just outspeed you. Hopefully we don't die to an Ice Shard though. Because we die to an Ice Shard, then you know, you did enough, Azu. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. So we're gonna win this 2-0. Latios outspeeds because of the Choice Scarf. So we're gonna just blow this thing up with an Aura Sphere. Thank God we don't have to rely on clicking I'm so happy we don't have to rely on clicking Draco, because that would really suck. But GG's to my opponent. Thank you everybody for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, please remember to like and subscribe. And until next time, peace out.